Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
Be bold. Why not? Season 3. Make your mark, lead with pride.
Arm yourself with courage. Stand out and rise above.
Be the leader that you can be.
Lead others with passion.
Join us as we chat with MJ. Be part of the conversation. Every Monday at 7 p.m. Central. Tuesday, 8 a.m. Philippines.
Ready for some real talk? Pink Table Talk is all about empowerment, entrepreneurship, and the vibrant stories that make the world go round. Don't miss out on the gems shared in this heart-to-heart session with Dr. Carly D. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Attention, food lovers! Get ready for a brand new culinary adventure with the Commissary Kitchen.
Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time, or 9 a.m. in the Philippines, for a live show that brings the best of the kitchen straight to your screen.
Presented by Lawin Live Stream and Podcast and produced by Lawin Media Network, we'll explore delicious recipes, share expert cooking tips, and bring you closer to the world of gourmet cuisine.
The Commissary Kitchen, where every meal is an experience. See you there. Tune in to Legal Treats with attorney Eileen Ligote Dizon every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time.
Get your weekly dose of legal insights about laws and legal matters, especially on divorce, estate planning, probate, and settling a deceased estate.
Engage in discussions by posting your questions, comments, greetings, or shoutouts.
See you every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. That would be Saturday at 9 a.m. Philippines. Don't miss out.
In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Are you ready for engaging conversations on education, teaching strategies, trends in the classroom?
Tune in to Teacher Talk, Live Chikahan, with your hosts, Teacher Cora and Dr. Clare.
In each episode, we'll dive into meaningful discussions, share insights, and connect with fellow educators.
Don't miss out on the fun and camaraderie. Grab your coffee and join us for some lively Chikahan. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Philippines.
Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community, from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with
Lawin Media Network.
The following program is produced by Lawin Media Network. The views and opinions expressed in this program are solely those of the individuals appearing on the show and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Lawin Media Network, its affiliates, sponsors, or partners. The content provided in this program is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Lawin Media Network does not guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or timeliness of the information.
Good morning, good morning. It's Saturday again. How are y'all doing? How are you, Dr. Clare? How's Vegas? Oh, Dr. Clare is having issues with her volume. So we're gonna hear a lot more of our discussion today. We have Dr. Clare enjoying her vacation at Vegas. So today, guys, we are going to have a very exciting morning, Saturday morning. We are joined here with three of our prestigious guests, and today's episode is Journey to America, or Coming to America, J1 Journey. Okay, so we have a lot of things to talk about with regard to J1 visa, and we have a lot of teachers that were hired by various independent school districts here in Houston. You are going to meet three of them actually, and we have three batches. First batch of J1, second and third, very fresh. Okay, so we're going to start our discussion today. Let me introduce to you our first guest. Okay, so let's have Teacher Roger. Okay, we could see Teacher Roger now. Teacher Roger, would you like to tell me more about yourself instead of me introducing you? I think you will be the best person to introduce yourself. Let's all give a big hand for Teacher Roger.
Hello, good morning, everyone, and good evening, Philippines. I'm Roger Calamag, so I've been a J1 teacher for 2 consecutive years. I mean, I've been in J1 visa for 2 times, and now I'm back teaching in the United States under an H1B visa.
Wow!
So I've served 2 different school districts.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. You can tell more about that later, Roger. Okay. So
Hi.
we have Dr. Clare
Hi,
now.
Cora. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know, this is live show, so anything happens. I'm currently in Vegas, and so I'm not in my regular spot, but good morning, everyone. Make sure you grab your coffee. Everyone has their coffee because this is live Chikahan with coffee. Yeah, I actually know Roger. So, Roger, you were saying that you have been here, you are currently now an H1B visa, but previously you were a J1 visa under twice, right? You were also a middle school math teacher in San Mateo Foster City School District in California, and was also a 3rd grade teacher in Varnett Public Schools in Houston for 2 years, then became a district instructional coach for 3 years. Wow, look at the movement there, Galeng. And currently now an H1B and a 5th grade teacher. You are also a awarded the Campus Educator of the Year from your current school. And also, get this, Ma'am Cora, galing, District Champion of Excellence Employee, Distinguished Teacher of the Year with a purpose.
Wow.
With a purpose. I love that. And I'm pretty sure with a heart and purpose yan. Gawad
Excellent.
Ulirang Guro, Salindugong Award, Giant Star Award for high results in state test. Oh my goodness. Teacher Roger, you are just amazing. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so we're going to hear more about that later on. Let us introduce our second guest. We have Ikki, Vaughn, Rupa. He belongs to the second batch of J1 in the United States. Okay, he is a teacher for 12 years, from a classroom teacher to a college instructor. Is that right? Yeah.
It's the other way around.
It's the other way around. Now he has a growing family in the Philippines, and he is here as a second year J1 prep. Yes, prep. Okay, am I right? Now he's going to tell more about us later on as we move along. Okay, so good morning, Ikki.
Good morning, and good evening. Back to our home country.
You got your coffee?
Got it.
There you go.
Can't stop, won't stop, and might stop for a coffee.
Okay.
All right. And we have actually our third distinguished guest. She is from Ilocos Norte and have been teaching science for 6 years. She is married and enjoys meeting new people and bringing them together. So she is actually a batch 3 of the J1 cultural exchange teachers that we have here in Houston, which the Unified Safe EP has been a very, very privileged to have an outreach and make a connection. So let me introduce our third and final guest, the only rose among the thorns, right? She is Monica Triunfante. Hi, Monica. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Dr. Claire. Good morning, Ma'am Cora. Good morning, everyone. So, yes, I am Monica Triunfante. Okay, can you hear me clearly, ma'am? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So, I've been teaching science for 6 years now in the Philippines, and luckily, I got hired here in the U.S. And yeah, it is my first time to visit the U.S. and it's my first time to be here. So it excites me a lot, and yeah. Though there's a lot of challenge, but still, I'm still excited to share the culture in the Philippines, of course, and to learn
We're going to talk
here.
about that. We're going to talk about those challenges, Monica, later, and we're all excited. I hope that all over the Philippines, they're listening and they're all excited to know more about J1 visa program.
Yes. And that's the reason why we're actually here, because I think it's very, very important to talk about their journey. It's coming to America, right? The J1 journey. So we are actually gonna say hi to some of our guest participants actually online who are with us. Say hi to Miss Helen Gonzalez Santiago. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Love it. And then we have also, hello, Attorney Eileen Ligot Dizon. Good morning to y'all. To all, I'm excited to hear the stories of our teacher. Thank you so much, Attorney. Thank you for always supporting us. And we have
Claudine Medichas. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Claudine, for watching.
All right. And Miss Teen Baroga, good morning. Hello. Ang dami na nating mga live audience, and I'm pretty sure they are excited to get this ball rolling, right? So
Okay.
let's go ahead and ask first the question. And I know that in a few minutes after this first question, we need to pause, right, for a few break. But so we will just start by asking, and we'll ask Roger. After Roger answers, we'll pause for a break. So, Roger, tell us about your education journey. How did you end up becoming an educator?
All right. Education was not actually my first choice. It was actually engineering. However,
Mm.
during that time when I was doing entrance exams and applying in different colleges and universities back home, all the slots were already filled up. So the second choice was BS Math. Still, it got filled up. And the last one that would be math by nature will be teaching, and that will be in education. So I tried,
Mm.
and then I
Yes.
actually planned to shift after, but I ended up loving it and just continued with the course as I learned about foundations of educations and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a good thing.
All
Love it,
right.
Roger. Now, Dr. Claire, let me just
Yes.
inform everybody that this title, this episode that is all about J1, we are going to give you a little something about history of this program. And
Mhm.
Roger will be the one to take care of this in a bit. And
Yes.
then we are going to ask each one of them about their journey and how they get into the program. Okay?
Yes.
So,
Yes. And I think it's time now to pause to pause and get back, have a break, and we'll see you. And Monica and Ikki will actually be answering that question that we just posed. Hang in there. You would want to know why they became educators.
welcome back. Welcome
All
back.
right, we are back, and we want to acknowledge some of our audiences who are joining us live. Oh, there's a very supportive husband here from Gian. Triunfante, good morning from the Philippines, supporting
Oh,
my wife. Oh, that's so
wow.
sweet. Thank you, Gian, for watching. And we have also
We have Noli Bichara. Noli, good morning.
yes, one of our safe EP officers. And we have Carolyn Luarez Guerta. Wow, congrats, Ikki. Yay, we have some supporters. All right,
Okay.
let's throw in that same question to Ikki. Ikki Vaughn, tell us about your education journey. How did you end up being an educator?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good evening. Back in my beloved home country. Um, Before anything else, I want to shout out my wife. My wife is on stream via Facebook, and Miss Caroline. So thank you for commenting down below um, the shared link. She's actually currently not Washington, so shout out to that. But coming back to the first question, how about how I ended up an educator? I have almost the same story as Sir Roger. It was not really my first choice. Like uh, during my younger me, during the younger me, I really love numbers. I teach math currently, but my my pursuit was supposed to be on the field of accountancy. But nevertheless, things happened. Um, I ended up in Philippine Normal University, Mindanao campus.
Yay!
um, there, I was so like uh, captured by the profession. Yeah, it is hard, it is challenging, but it is really rewarding at the end. Shout out to my mom. My mom is also currently an educator in the Department of Education back there in the Philippines. Miss Rupa. Thanks to her inspiration, because without her, I won't be like at this very moment.
Thank you,
Wow.
Aki.
Yes, I love what Ike shared, and I think there's that commonality that ACP, they're not actually ACP, but education is not their first love. Their love was,
Mhm.
either engineering, accountancy, math. But it just brings me back to the idea why they became such amazing, such amazing teachers in the Philippines and also here. Because if you have a certain content that you are just so down, right? Remember, instruction is it's the key. Those academic piece is very key. And so just knowing that I already have this passion for content, it translates now to that teaching. So thank you for sharing that.
Dr. Claire, if you will remember,
Yes.
we could piggyback on our last episode. Our
Yes.
three guests also came down that they did not really start as fashion in teaching, but rather it went through a lot and then it ended up into teaching. So it's
That's
all
right.
common among all of us here. And I
Mm-hmm.
think we do have the same story with Monica. What about you, Monica?
Oh, we
Uh, Monica, we can't hear you. Yeah.
okay. I Let's read.
Go
Monica,
ahead.
try it one more time. I think, this is the beautiful thing about live is so, all right, there.
There you go.
Okay. Okay.
Great.
So hello to my husband. Shout out to you. Okay. Actually, yeah. Education is not my first priority. Also, just like Sir Roger and Sir Ike, I enrolled in. No, I applied for an accountancy, but unfortunately, my scholarship. Well, I applied for for a scholarship program, and my scholarship told me that I need to pursue a course which is within Lawag City, where that's my city where I live in, and the only university in that place is the Mariano Marcos State University College of Teacher Education. So for me to get that scholarship, well, financially struggling that moment, I need to enroll, and I need to enroll in Bachelor of Secondary Education. That's the course. It's available at that time. So I ended up into teaching career. At first, my goal is to become an accountant, actually accountant and a lawyer. But since because of my scholarship, I ended up being a teacher. Though it is similar because my major is physical science, something still to do with mathematics. So yeah, and I love it. I started loving, and I became passionate in sharing knowledge, and it is also rewarding to see someone understand what you are saying, and grasping what you want to impart to them. And yes, and that's how I become a teacher.
I love it. I
That's
love it. I love that,
good. Yeah.
yeah, Monica shared that I wanted to become an accountant and also a lawyer, but guess what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
You're actually forming the next generation of accountants and
And
lawyers, right?
lawyers.
And hindi lang sa
Yes.
Pilipinas, not only in the Philippines, but now here in the United States. So see that
Right.
amazing broad mission that you have right now. Kaya talaga mabuhay ang mga Pilipino, right? We toast to that. All right.
Yeah.
So now that we kind of know how you ended up here, what was your journey? This question, I think this is what Mom Cora was saying a while ago. Just a sneak peek to our audience. We really want to know, what is a J1 cultural exchange teacher? So ano ba talaga yung J1? Roger, can you please explain that to us? What is a J1 exchange teacher?
So J1 has actually different categories, and one of the categories is the teacher exchange program. These provides experienced foreign teachers from our country to be able to experience how it is to teach in the United States, how to experience the culture and the kind of educational system that the US have. And in return, we are also supposed to share our culture as well. And then we have to go back home after the 3 year period. But there were some changes that were made a few years back. After your 3rd year period, you can actually apply for an extension of another 2 years. So from 3 years, now it becomes 3 years to 5 years. Okay, so that's the maximum that you can serve as a J1 teacher under the J1 teacher exchange program. During that time, some J1 participants may be subject to a 2 year rule, which means to say that after your program, you have to go back home and serve your country, share whatever learnings, culture in terms of education that you can share it with your home country. Now, in some cases, there are also some J1 participants who may not be subject to a 2 year rule, which means to say that they can actually file for a change of visa after their 5 year period.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
Roger, you were saying that there were changes that happened in this program, right? So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
heard you say, correct me if I'm wrong, I heard you say there is a 2 year rule, correct?
Yes.
But in the program, it was for teachers, since it comes in different categories. Teachers has 3 years and an extension to 5 years, correct?
Yes, which is
Yeah.
something new. It started, I think, in 2000, back when I was here, 2015.
Okay, so that said, I have heard some districts who are going into past to that 3 years, and if they like the J1, the district cannot change it into an H1 unless the program has been continued and successfully completed by the J1. Is that correct?
If you are subject to a 2 year rule, there's no way that your visa will be changed into an H1B visa. Just like my school district, Varnet Public School, they really wanted to continue my services. However, I have to decide to go home and serve my 2 year rule because there's no way that they can process my
Oh,
convert my visa from uh,
J1.
J1 into an H1B visa.
Mm.
Now, it might be possible if you apply for um, a waiver, but that waiver is nail biting because it's very strict. Like,
Mm.
because they already know what's going on with the program, that is, you have to go through the nitty-gritty of really trying to explain why you
You should
deserve
stay.
that waiver to be able to
Mm.
stay. Now, even people with or J1 participants with their families, they have born child here. I've heard experiences. I have worked with people who have, like married somebody else, but still they have to go back home. They have Americans children that were born here, but still they were asked to go back home, even with the help of the lawyers. So there might be some who will be lucky, but it's very rare.
Yeah, I believe in what is said because when this was established in 1961, it was under the Mutual Education Cultural Exchange Act. It was introduced by Senator William Fulbright. If you all heard about the Fulbright Scholarship, so the main focus really, the purpose or the main goal is to have an exchange of culture among the first one are students and then it move on to professionals and skilled. So it is a really strict policy that there should be a continued support and compliance with what the act has been signed up. Okay, cultural exchange.
Let,
Yeah.
let me add to that, Miss Cora. I would piggyback to the statement of Mr. Roger earlier that originally J1 was supposed to be for a span of 3 years, but what happened was they extended it by another 2 years, making it 5 years in a total number of span. Given that, um, a minute detail on this transition from third to fourth year has something to do with your reapplication for your visa, and there could be, I could say, a slim chance that your visa on the renewal on the fourth year from your third year completion of the initial part of the program will not have the mark of the 212A rule, which embeds the idea that you have to go back uh, after the program for about 2 years, staying on your home country to serve the country. In that way, there could be possibilities that you can like apply for a different visa before the end of the 5 year span. That's
Wow.
I
that.
thank you. I really like, what we are sharing here because what we are opening up are possibilities. I think, Ikki Vaughn is coming from a different place as well as Roger was coming from a different place because remember, Roger came in earlier than, was the first one who came in earlier among our guests. So again, those rules changes and we are just exploring. We know that the only person, the expert who can really tell us would be a very good lawyer. So I think for our audience, what we are sharing here are just the possibilities, the insights that our distinguished guests have. But at the end of the day, like what course, especially if you're currently a J1 teacher right now, right? And we know we remember even in our organization, we heard that, there's 3 years, now it's expanding to 5 years. And then that change of, visa status can happen. But we really recommend that you find a very, a good lawyer to be able to navigate in that legal piece. But still very thankful to our guests because they are sharing with us possibilities of what's going to happen, especially sa lahat ng mga guro na who are already here, to all the teachers who are already here on J1, and then those who are still wanting to come here. We know we have a shortage. So I know that that's going to be a very critical piece that we will talk after our break. So, our question, let's ask this question so that our audience can hang in there. Our question will be to all our guests. We would want to ask them, tell us your J1 story. How did you learn about this J1 visa and what was the process of getting it? Wow, I would want to know
Yeah.
too. So stick around when we come back because they will answer that question.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
There you go. We're back. We're back. We're ready to know. Let's find out what are the stories that we have from our guest today. But before that, Claire, we do have.
Yes, we have greetings from, it's from a Gmail. And it says, good morning there, watching from Cavite. It's De La Cruz Galilee, watching from Cavite. And then kudos, we have another one from, would you be
Zenry
able to?
Cross. Zenry
Okay.
Cross. Hello, sir. Ikki Vaughn. Why you got a fan, sir? You got a fan.
Hi.
And then this is Miss MJ. Great job to all our dear teachers. Thank you always, Miss MJ Versosa Concepcion, for always supporting us.
Wow. What's this? Pow Chow. Look at you. God bless, sir. Ikki Vaughn. See, you got a full house of viewers today, Ikki.
Yeah. Most of them are like actually close friends of mine.
Okay. So we're ready for our next question, Dr. Clare?
Yeah, so before we pause for a break, this was our question. Tell us about your J1 story. How did you learn about this visa and what was the process of getting it? Let's start from the newest person who just came in this year. Monica, please tell us your story.
Hi. Okay. Dr. Claire and Ma'am Cora, let me just tell everyone watching right now this just a short moment. There are, you know what, this media, the Lawin media, this session is nice and good for all of the teachers who wanted to become a J1 teachers too, because there are, I'm not generalizing, but there are people who are gatekeeping this information. They are trying to like asking for money just to have this kind of information, but Lawin media, they are giving you tips and a lot of information about it, which is to those teachers who wanted to become a J1 teacher too. You must watch Lawin media every session every day. So yeah, how did I end up where did I find the information of being a J1 teacher? I have a colleague, a co-teacher back in the Philippines, who was a J1, who applied for a J1 visa too, but he is in Hawaii. And yeah, and we're close, we're friends actually. And when I say every time I run on the system, the system of education back in the Philippines, he always say, come on, you come here, you apply for the J1 visa and try to teach in the US. And yeah, I got interested in applying. And some J1 teachers applied directly to schools, to districts. But in my case, I applied for an agency. So I have an agency.
Mhm.
And yeah, there's a lot of agency sending J1 teachers here in the US, so you can apply and you can search on it. And what was the next question? So I ended up knowing that one to my friend. And my journey, uh well, actually, at first I was hesitant. I might say I was hesitant, and the risk of, I'm in my comfort zone. I'm good with teaching in the Philippines. I think I excelled on that position, and I'm good at it. They say if you're in the government in the Philippines, you are stable. They always say that. So why do you need to apply in the US? And yeah, uh the challenge is, how am I fit to the job, or can I handle the educational system in the US, things like that, the worries. And most of all, financially, because coming in the US is, yeah, it takes, a lot of money, effort, time from the processing and all. But it's something to do with, if you take the risk, and if you step on it, and if you take the challenge, I mean, you can do everything. It just flows like, smoothly, as it's not smoothly, but yeah, you will be there.
Okay, so just a quick follow up, because and just because we're talking about the journey that you have, right? So quick follow up on that is, what how long did it take you? How long did it take you from, applying, when, so you heard about it from your friend who is now serving in Hawaii? How quick was the process? Like, when did you apply, and then when did you arrive here in the US?
Okay, so I emailed the agency last December, and I received the email January. I got interviewed January 7, January 8, got interviewed January 8 in Makati. And then after the interview, we signed up with the visa sponsor. And Fab, we are processing documents. May, uh, on last May, I got the embassy interview.
Okay.
May, and then July, I arrived last July
Okay.
26.
So really, technically, within a 6 months time, as soon as you
Yes.
said yes, I was gonna go for it. Okay. And all right, thank you so much for that. Let's go ahead, ask
Thank
our
you.
next guest. Ikki, can you share with us what was your journey for this?
Oh, yeah, but before that, shout out again to Lawin Media Network. You're really doing amazing. Like, you're opening portals to everybody for accessibility. We call it radical access in education. And right now,
Mhm.
you're doing the social media as a platform for everybody to to grasp. Now, anyway, on my end, when uh on my J1 story, it was like a little bit. I consider myself like one in a million because it was so, not to brag, but it was so like a very slim chance. Now to start with, um, I've heard J1 program long time ago, and it's not only actually this program that I was interested to. I have been like browsing other opportunities in other countries, but to one that limits me is my family, because I would mention here, I've got an older brother that has like special needs that I have to watch for. So I was like, I stepped back and hold the dream for a while. But sorry to say, but on the year 2021, he passed away. So yeah, it was like the point where I have to decide. Now here comes J1. The information I got, this one was from a friend which is actually currently in Dallas, and she was the first batch I consider I'm the second batch. She came here a year earlier. Then I dig into it, the details on it, legalities. Then after that, I browse a lot of like official sites and even YouTube. I look for ways and means on how to access the opportunity. Now, on my end, what I did was just to shoot two applications for two distinct employers. One was my current employer, and the second one was the employer of that friend of mine back in Dallas. And what is very interesting about this is I apply directly on my current employer. Like I most what happened in reality was that everything goes in a through agencies right now. But the thing is, you could really apply directly to the campuses. It would
Okay.
depend. It would depend on them whether they suggest you to like go through an affiliate agency or an affiliate entity that you have to process with. But on my
Okay.
end, I did apply directly. Now, on the other hand, the other employer that I have submitted my application, which was in that one in Dallas, a district in Dallas. Interestingly, they went to the Philippines to interview personally
Okay.
applicants. No third
Okay.
party. No third party. So I was there. I can remember the date, March 3, 2 years ago. I did undergone the interview, and it was really superb. Like it was amazing. I was
Okay.
hired on the spot. Like I was like, oh, this is it. And
Hey.
the only thing is, I decided not to accept it later on because for some reasons. But
Okay.
um, on my end, if you are not on a hurry, like coming here, like you are secured from the words of Miss Monica. If you feel secured in the Philippines, teaching in the Department of Education or other educational institution, don't hurry because there are ways and means to come here, not only via J1 visa, maybe with what Sir Roger uh, visa
Shared.
was shared earlier. Um, yeah, it would be more like strategic. Number one,
Okay.
strategic,
Mhm.
financially, like
Yeah.
making you financially prepared.
All right. So
Don't
I
rush.
want to, you go back. Yeah. So Ike, I want to go back and just compare your journey with Monica. So Monica, correct me if I'm right, you did it through an agency, right? And
Yes,
with the
right.
agency, there was also a fee that was involved on your end.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. But with Ike, yours was that this was a direct hire. Was there any fee on your end since this was a direct hire?
On my end, what the district did was they were affiliated to two entities. One is an agency, the
Okay.
other one is a foundation.
Got it. And so, what was your route? Agency, foundation, and did you
Hmm.
have to shell out any money to be able to come here
I
through
check out their
J1?
background. I check out their background
That's
and
just the question,
agency.
Ike. Were you a were you able to, because we want our audience to be able to know, if there
Mhm.
is a possibility they are coming here without shelling the amount.
You really have to spend some amount,
Okay,
but
got
coming
it.
in through foundation would
Mhm.
be more cheaper.
So,
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Claire, I think what
Yes.
we're seeing right now is that there is a route for
Mm-hmm.
direct employment here. You don't need to
Yes.
pay anything. And there is a
Yes.
route that is super over duper expensive.
And
Now
said,
you have to do
yes,
your
yes.
research, guys. Like Ikki, you
Mhm.
have let us let us see what Roger has to say about it.
Yes.
Roger, do you have the same experience with them?
So during my time, I mean, the first influx was actually Texas during that time. Like you hear a lot of people like Texas is coming into the Philippines even to administer certification tests and then get those people and bring them in. But there were some cases wherein there were problems that happened before. I was on. Am I allowed to say the name of the agency?
Let's not just yes.
So,
but there was a certain agency. Okay.
There, I went through an agency. At first, New York came to hire teachers, but you have to go through pool of like you have you have to go through all the process. During that time, the process to hire teachers was really like you see a lot of people right there. But then here comes the New York City Board of Education coming to the Philippines, and they're going to sell you out. You have to sell yourself, and even those people who have doctoral degrees, masteral degrees, they don't look at that. It's how you present yourself, it's how you sell yourself, and how you actually, convince them to hire you.
Roger,
during that time,
excuse me, I don't mean to cut you off because we're running short of time. Did you pay? Did you pay?
Did.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Okay,
During that time, it was a big amount of money.
Okay, it's a
And
humongous amount.
yes,
Okay.
it was very unfortunate for some. So my advice to some, you have to look at the financial institution that your agency is actually trying to bring in.
Okay.
Now, if you have family or you can borrow it to the bank, that's even better. Because the amount of money that you get from the financial institution, that is a big interest.
Okay, so we're running out of time, guys, but we need to get into the real journey here.
Yes.
You have stated that you paid a lot of money to come here, correct?
Yes.
Okay, now can you tell how is it now? You're here. What is the story? What are the challenges now that you are here? Would you like to say something, Roger?
Yeah, as a J1 teacher exchange program participant, you have to focus on yourself first if you come here. The same without actually trying to forget about your families, but your focus is to establish yourself, get yourself situated, and adjust. Okay, before you bring your families here.
Okay.
Right, and make sure that you manage your finances. Prove your worth how they hire you, because they believe in you. You have to prove yourself. You have to adjust to the best that you can. Okay, and never give up, because once you come in, you have to think about the amount of money that you have spent.
Okay. So just going back, Roger, since this is your second stint already, right? Like you came in here. So let's just, during that first time you were here, the amount of money you spent to be able to come here, and then the time that you served, did it equate? Like, was there an impact? Like, what was there, like, if you are investing something, was the investment good enough? I paid this amount, but this is what I also got salary wise, in terms of getting into that program. So was it worth it?
It was worth it. Financially, it was worth it.
Okay.
And it's just how you manage your finances. Okay, I was able to get back my money within a short amount of time, within a year, because that was my focus. But at the same time, professionally, I have gained a lot.
Okay, I love that you specified those 2 points. All right, I know we are just so many things to discuss. We are running out of time. We probably can pause for one more quick break, right? And then after that, one last quick break, we're going to be coming back and asking, this is actually a question that we would want to ask Ikki. What happens after your contract ends? What happens to you right now? All right, stick around.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories, from elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits. I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
There you go.
All right.
Welcome
We're
back.
back.
Welcome back.
So let's go ahead. Ikki, this is the question that we would want to post to you. So what happens after your contract ends, as what you know right now, because you're currently still in that contract, right?
Now, there could be possibilities, but I'm not limiting it. Like on my end, since the program, the J1 program has been extended by another 2 years, there are a lot of changes. Like I dig into it, and there are a lot of possibilities. One thing is that if your visa has uh, has been marked to have under 212A rule, you have to go back 2 years, staying outside the country. Um, Supposed to be you should be in the Philippines, like
Okay.
the sense of cultural exchange. You should share back to our country those gains you have here educationally, professionally. But what happened is that actually you can like um instead of going back to the Philippines, you can have an option going to another nation. But again, it will piggyback to the idea that you have to have a stay of accumulated 2 years maximum in the Philippines. Now, there are still instances that your district might vouch for you. Like they will find um, an attorney or a lawyer to process your transition to fight for you if you have proved your worth within your district. Um, that's actually my inspiration right now, like to strive more, to prove myself more amidst the fact of the different changes, the different unexpected things that happens on my length of stay here. And yeah, going back to the statement of Mr. Roger, manage your finances so that on that span of 2 years you would be sufficient for your family and for yourself, like coming back to any opportunity back here in the same visa or a different visa. Now, I actually read one post, I mean one comment on our live, because on my other screen, I'm looking at it. There was a question there asking, does the J1 visa truly serve its intent purpose? I say yes. Yes. It depends on your end. If you want to serve back to our country.
I
So
think
that's
the
it.
I think the question that was asked was that did it serve as its purpose as a cultural exchange, or is it just a way for you to be able to get an entry to the United States? I think, Roger, I would want to ask that and throw that question to you because you actually went back to the Philippines, right? And stay there for 2 years before your next stint. So can you just quickly talk to us about what your process was in that?
All right. For the for my first J1 visa, I actually went back home. I work with the schools out there, the international schools. I actually transferred knowledge by actually conducting free trainings to other schools if they request me to, because that's one way. I mean, so it does serve its purpose. On my second year, it does the same thing. Every time I would go home every year, if there are some teachers or principals or any from DepEd or private schools that would request, hey, can you come here and just do a session for us? I would be gladly go and actually share my expertise to them. Um, yes, while being here under a J1 visa, of course, you're going to look for possibilities where
Yeah.
what is going to be my next step after this, after going back and serve 2 years. You establish your connection with people, all right? In that way, if you decide to come back, there will be an easy access. You know the route you're going to go through.
Yeah.
My district processed my J1, my working visa because they really wanted me there, but they were not successful. After I asked
Okay.
permission from them and went to another school, the district that really wanted my service as well, it didn't take them 1 day to say yes because
Okay.
they already
Oh,
know my worth and my services. And that H1B visa was just processed like really so quick.
Yes. Yes.
okay.
All
That's a
right.
great
That I
inspiration, Roger.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yes,
that.
yes. And thank you also. I loved, when Ikki was talking a while ago, right, about those two different routes. Really, really very important, especially for those teachers who are, because, the United States, we are still in need of teachers. And again,
Yeah.
we
A
only
lot.
go by what our government has offered as an entry level, to be able to come here and teach. And at this time, in Texas, it's J1 visa. There may be some that have H1 visa already. But if you are thinking about the J1B, I really like and piggyback on what Ikki said. Be very cognizant that there are entities wherein you need to pay more, and there are also entities wherein you can pay less. I love that he said, I Googled, I searched YouTube video. That really
Yeah.
speaks of his empowerment piece, that you cannot just stand by and wait and just allow people to tell you, okay, these are the things you need to do. Search it out, be able to know, what are the ways in order for you to be successful to come here. Cora,
Al-
love
Also,
Cora.
no,
Yes.
I want to say something also. You have, like what Roger said, you have to take care of yourself. You have to invest on yourself and you make
Yes.
sure that you are worthy of what you are given as a responsibility to teach. Because we have so many teachers who could do what we do. However, we are so special that our government, our district, our teachers, our administrators trust us in our job. So, for those of you
Yes.
who are J1 right now listening, I just want to tell you that we still have furnitures and goodies to share with the Unified Safe. Just go to our Facebook page and let us know your address so we could send it to you, or you could come and pick up all of the supplies that you need in order to live comfortably for your first 3 months here in Houston. Okay? So let
Yay.
us
Thank you,
know. Let us know.
Unified
Yes.
Safe EP. Awesome. So, guess what? We are now actually down to the last few minutes of the program. So, I know our distinguished guest had offered much. Just like the last conversation, we probably need to do a part two. And this time, you really just, have that particular questions that our guest would probably want to know, right? About this journey. But this is a good start, just to have an idea of what J1 is. especially grateful that we have Roger. I really love your story that you actually went back and really did the cultural exchange piece, to be able to give back to the country. So we're gonna wrap up and end with just, a few short message coming from you. What is your message to all our J1 teachers who are aspiring to come and teach here in the United States? I'm gonna ask each one of you just a quick message that you would want to share to our J1 teachers out there. Let's start with Monica.
Yes, all J1 teachers, I'm telling you, take the risk, trust yourself, and still pray to God that you will be here and things will go smoothly. And thanks to Safe AP, yeah. Thank
Thank
you, Ma'am
you.
Cora.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead. Ikki.
Ikki, you're muted.
Okay.
Okay. Short.
Don't be afraid taking the first step.
That's right.
Believe in yourself and pray a lot. Pray a lot.
The best.
You are prepared for multiple purpose. So coming here might be one of it. And yeah, grow educationally by coming to a different country, practicing your profession.
Awesome. I
Thank you,
love that.
Ikki.
Go
Snap,
ahead,
snap,
Roger.
snap.
All right, to the J1 teachers who are now here in the United States, one thing that I can tell you is that
Oh, something happened to Roger. Probably, probably he has the same inspiration and message to all of you guys who are listening. Be bold, take risks, and prove yourself. And the best thing is pray a lot. You need strength. You need that power.
that
There you go.
Oh, there he's
will
back.
give you.
Roger, can you quickly give us your message? You were cut when you were actually saying your first line. So if you can just quickly repeat what you shared, what you wanted to share.
All right. First thing is take care of yourself and have a support system. Like find a community where you can actually be a part of, so that you have other avenues and you have other people to talk about something else. Know your purpose. Why did you come here? So take that goal in your life and have that as your strong motivation to be able to go through all the 3-year period or 5-year period. And for accept all the challenges and responsibilities that your supervisors or your boss is going to give you, because they're not going to give you if they didn't see something in you very special. So take that and prove yourself that you're worthy of any responsibility that they assign to you.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you. Wow.
Yes. This was such an amazing and a very, very insightful, informative session. I learned a lot, about J1, the journey, and then the possibilities. Piggybacking, I love what you talked about, taking care of yourself. It's very, very important. Also search, be out there. And now, this people, we have Roger, Ikki, Vaughn, Monica. Again, they can be also a good resource for some of you who know them, right, to be able to reach out. So, Cora, this
thank you so much. Thank
session.
you. Yeah. Thank you, Monica, Ikki, and Roger, for accepting our invitation and a light to our guests today, particularly our J1 teachers. But guys, for those of you who are watching, next week we have a new episode and school is coming up. In fact, some of the ISDs have already opened their schools, but in some Monday will be the start. So our next episode is what, Dr. Clare?
Game cut. Back to school now.
So we're going to have parents, teachers, and students who will be sharing their feelings and emotions and their goal for next school year. So we are encouraging all of you to watch us. Maybe you could hear it from another lens, from another perspective on, are they ready? So, game ka na ba? Back to school
Back
now.
to
Next
school
week
na.
episode. Yeah.
And again, thank you so much for watching our show. This has been Teacher Talk, live Chikahan with
Teacher Cora
and
and
Dr.
Dr.
Clare.
Clare.
And we hope
So
to see
thank
you
you
soon
guys.
on next Saturday. Bye.
Thank you
God
very
bless.